4 months. It's been 4 months since my last Let's Talk About It. Sometimes your boy just ain't got nothing to talk about. And when I do get something to talk about, 1,000,000 such and such people done already talked about it. You know what I'm saying? But it's different this time because we got a gem that we're going to be talking about. And this gem is known as, it's kind of mirrored, but it's okay. You feel me? Recently, I just played through Tears of the Kingdom, you know what I'm saying? Now, if you're not familiar with Tears of the Kingdom is, what is Zelda, stuff like that, first off, get out that rock that you've been under your whole life. Secondly, it's the newest and latest installment of the Legend of Zelda series that dropped May 11th. May 11th. 12th? May 12th. One of those 2 days, I forgot. But I've been spending so much time playing and trying to complete that game that I just completely forgot about my YouTube channel. I posted a few videos here and there, but my last video was like 3 weeks ago, around the same time this game dropped. See, don't worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Look, I got plans. Today we are going to be discussing, is Tears of the Kingdom good or is it just a Breath of the Wild replica? I don't know if you played Breath of the Wild. You could have played Breath of the Wild. But if you didn't, don't play Tears of the Kingdom. Simply put, Tears of the Kingdom is like Breath of the Wild 2.0. Like, it's like the beginning, you get killed by anything. Literally anything. I mean, that kind of was the same, case with Breath of the Wild. But then again, it wasn't. You run into a bokoblin or something like that in Breath of the Wild, and it's like, you get hit, but you wouldn't die outright. Tears of the Kingdom, though, like, immediately death, like, you die. Like, simply, almost everything kills you. I'm talking, I died at least 5 times trying to just get to the first try. I promise you. Then the way it progressed and everything like that, while very similar to Breath of the Wild, it is so unique. Like, it's a different game completely. When I was first seeing the gameplay and everything, you know what I'm saying, I assumed, like, it ain't gonna be too much of a different game. It's gonna be just like Breath of the Wild. I was a little disappointed until I played it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying that because if you ain't played Breath of the Wild, then I don't think you should play Tears of the Kingdom because the difficulty increase is crazy. Like, things really do get really hard, like, really fast. I played Breath of the Wild. I beat that game like 5-6 times. But let's get to the meat of this, you know what I'm saying? Before I can explain Tears of the Kingdom, let me try to give a little basis of Breath of the Wild. What is Breath of the Wild? Spoiler alert for both Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I'm talking major spoilers. I have not completed Tears of the Kingdom yet. Like, I haven't beat Ganon, but I'm on the last, you know what I'm saying, Destroy Ganon. That's the last mission I'm on right now. But spoilers completely. I'm not going to say everything that happened, but I'm just going to, you get it. In Breath of the Wild, initially, the story is about you understanding what happened 100 years prior to where Link has been. You go around the whole map finding each of the warriors to control the divine beast that's been, created in ancient past, and have them pilot the divine beast so they can help you in your battle against Ganon. But 100 years prior to the present, each one of those 4 warriors were killed by Ganon. As you go around the world and stuff like that, you know nothing. You have no memories of anything. You go around and collecting like captured memories and stuff like that from your pad, your Sheikah Slate, is it? Yeah, Sheikah Slate. And in Tears of the Kingdom, they call it the Pure Pad, but in Breath of the Wild, it's the Sheikah Slate. Don't know why they changed it, but it works. It's okay with me. I don't care. But anyways, you got captured memories that you go around the map to find. It helps you explore the map. It helps you understand more of what happened 100 years prior to that event. And that's how you know everything. I'm not going to be telling the whole story because it's a Tears of the Kingdom video, all right? You go and beat each boss and each divine beast that slayed the previous owners to free their spirits so they can all help you win an epic climactic battle with Ganon, Ending off with Zelda using her light to, I guess you want to say, dispel the calamity of Ganon. Because she didn't technically beat it. She just, I guess, removed it from that little area from the time being, you know what I'm saying? That's Breath of the Wild. Tears of the Kingdom is essentially kind of like the same basis. At the start, you get what you need to get done. They introduce you to the, the Shrine of Lights, I want to call it. Eventually, they toss you off the, the thing. But the way you get everything that you normally get in the beginning of Breath of the Wild, it's like a twist on it. Like, for example, once you get all the 4 shrines in the beginning of Breath of the Wild, they give you the glider. instantly. Like, you go and you talk to the guy that's highly a statue or whatnot. You either get a heart vessel or a stamina vessel. Then you go talk to the old spirit, and then he give you the glider. He don't even give it to you. He put it in a case, like a treasure chest, and you just have it. Then you can just go and explore, do whatever you want to. Tears of the Kingdom, however, to get the glider, you have to go from the Sky Islands, because you start on the Sky Islands, and you have to go all the way down. And before you get that, you gotta do something. I forgot. It's so like in the beginning of the game, and I'm like, well, dang. Like, I got the 4 shrines, and you have to get a heart vessel in the beginning. I'm gonna tell you why in a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you have to get a heart vessel. They won't even allow you to get the stamina vessel. And it's a good trick, you know what I'm saying? They kind of trick you with this one. I'm gonna tell you in a little bit. You get the glider. There you go. You get the glider by either talking, I think it's Pura or Emperor. It's one of those. You go to your first tower, because you got these little Sheikah towers and whatnot, but they're not the same towers as Breath of the Wild. They're landings, really, you know? You go to the first one, but you talk to her, she'll be like, hey, I want you to try this out, but I need you to take this glider so I can make sure it works properly. That's how you get the glider in there. If you never do that, you never get the glider. It's like, they don't really direct you to it. Like, you know, like, Tears of the Kingdom is completely different as far as the direction. And Breath of the Wild, everything is so, like, directed. Everything is so, like, hey, go here. Hey, do this. Hey, do that. Tears of the Kingdom is not that way.
Yo, Editor Vito here. I neglected to mention that in Tears of the Kingdom, you have to pick the mission you want to do, and then it'll direct you to it. I didn't really realize that you had to do this until like halfway through the game, and then I just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, go ahead, keep doing your thing, Vito.
You really have to figure out a lot. Like, yes, most of it is like directed, but compared to Breath of the Wild, a lot of that stuff you will not have a single clue unless you really go around doing your research and stuff like that, which is good. It's not bad. Annoying as all get out, but it worked. You know what I'm saying? It was great. Yeah, that's just a little small comparison on something like that. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy. But back onto the rest of the story. In Tears of the Kingdom, I noticed 2 things off the bat. The enemies murk you instantly. Like, it's crazy. I can't tell you how many times I died in the beginning of Tears of the Kingdom just trying to figure some stuff out. I guess I was just so used to Breath of the Wild's like way of combat. When Tears of the Kingdom way of combat is not different, like, at all. I mean, and how you use your arm that you get, because you don't even use the Sheikah slate no more. There is no bombs or anything like that. You got an arm that has, wait, I got to think of the abilities real quick. 6? I think 6. You got Ultra Hand. You got you know, the thing where you jump up, and you get 4 in the beginning for sure. That's happening. Then you got the camera. Then you got another one. I'm not gonna say what it is just yet.
Editor Vito here again. The other one you get that I never said was auto build. I never said it in this video, but you get auto build by going into the depths and following some statues into it that'll lead into you meeting Master Koga for the first time. Just wanted to put that out there.
And then the compass. Yeah, I think that's all the abilities right there. Oh, and yeah, you get 4. Yeah, time, you get the reverse time. So let's say you see a boulder rolling towards you. You can literally stop that boulder in the reverse time, but you see that in the trailer. You can see that in the trailer. You got Ultra Hand, where you could build anything you want. You got limited tools. You can do whatever you want to with those limited tools. Light work. It's actually amazing. I can't believe how much fun that is. First 4 shrines was crazy because I'm not creative. I'm not creative at all. So trying to figure things out and stuff like that, it was hard for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Eventually, I ended up doing it in a more creative, crazy way. But it's like, I'm pretty sure they didn't want us to do that. And I did that off a whim because I was just getting annoyed. Like, I need to get past the shrine so I can see what this game gives me. You know what I'm saying? Ultra Hand, time. You go, I don't know what the actual names is, but basically when Link put his hand up and he go through the ceiling all the way to the top floor or whatever, you know what I'm saying? The top little part of that section. You know, I don't know what it's called. The 4th one slipped my mind. It's basically when you confuse weapons and materials, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just called fuse. I don't know for sure. But you confuse weapons with your arrow, not weapons. You confuse materials with your arrows. You confuse materials with your weapons and stuff like that, which is fire, you know what I'm saying? That's one of the main things in combat that you probably need to really understand. To get the camera, it took me a while to really realize what I had to do. Like, I literally completed the first 4 dungeons before I got the camera. Bite me. You go to the landing where you meet Pyrrha, you also meet Robbie. You know, Robbie is the scientists from Breath of the Wild, just like Pure, y'all know them. Y'all familiar with them. Y'all play Breath of the Wild. I'm pretty sure y'all have. And if you haven't, there are scientists who like really works on ancient relics and stuff like that and trying to figure out everything as far as ancient history. But that's besides the point. You talk to Robbie, and then this is when you initially supposed to be like your first insights of the depths, which is something that they like. I didn't really know nothing about the depths. They didn't even hint at it in the trailers and stuff like that, or at least I missed it. I didn't understand. I thought it was literally just sky and ground, like sky and land, you know what I'm saying? I didn't think there was no underground areas and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they said it in one of the trailers or interview, but when I first encountered it, I was on my last dungeon, the fire temple. Like I'm pretty sure they wasn't expecting you, or at least they didn't anticipate somebody to first encounter the depths when they're on a temple. Not any temple though, like their last one. Like it was crazy to me because I'm thinking when I'm down there while I'm doing a fire temple, I'm looking like it's just a part of the fire temple. I'm finna go crazy, you know what I'm saying? But then I looked at my map while I was down there, and it was nothing but blank with an X somewhere because I got an old map. I paid it no mind, did the fire temple or whatnot. Then I came back up and found out that it's a whole under, like, you gotta go down there. All those red areas where you see like malice or whatnot, they call it chasms. I don't know how to, chasms? I don't know. I'm gonna call it chasm. If it's a different way to pronounce it, y'all can say something about it later. I don't care. All those little red circles that's around the ground and stuff like that. Adventuring those, you feel me? Like, I didn't know I could do that. I'm thinking that if I fall down there, I'ma die. Thanks to Breath of the Wild, you know what I'm saying? Breath of the Wild educated me, told me if you fall down something like this, you're dead. You feel me? Like that, you know, but it's not Breath of the Wild. It's Tears of the Kingdom. So I didn't realize that. I didn't pay no mind until literally I'm over here going into Hyrule Castle and stuff like that, trying to figure out what I need to do next. Whole time, that area is so important, it hurt. You know what I'm saying? And you can't even get the Master Sword unless you go down there. You think you go into the forest or whatnot and stuff like that? Good luck. It took me a good 20 minutes to realize that I had to go in the chasm just to get down there to the Deku Tree. Let's actually talk about the gameplay. Let's talk about the sky, the land, and the depths. The sky is similar to Skyward Sword, you know what I'm saying? You really just have these sky islands and stuff like that you could venture on, have treasures, have shrines and stuff like that, but they're not too focused on those sky islands. The only thing that they really got up there on those sky islands that you really should pay attention to is the water temple and the light temple, getting to the light temple. Those are the only two temples that they really focus on, them sky islands and how you need to get to it, you know.
Editor Vito here again. You also have the wind temple. Clearly, you deal with all types of airborne ships and stuff like that you bounce from ship to ship. It's all in the air. I forgot to mention it again. Sorry about that. Back to you, Vito.
But aside from that, I really don't find myself going to the sky islands at all. In fact, I use the landing things more so to get around than to go to any sky island, because I really don't. I only found like 4 or 5 like shrines up there, minus the ones that you easily get for like temples or anything like that, or doing the quest. But like it really wasn't nothing too much, you know what I'm saying? Like the sky islands ain't nothing. The land, just like Breath of the Wild, everything is pretty much down there. You go down there, you explore, you do whatever you need to, you know, have some fun with it, do some side quests, and venture everywhere, you know. That's how you get to every single, like, you know, temple quest or what, like how you started. You got to go to East Domain, like Breath of the Wild. Literally, the landing is just Breath of the Wild. The depths, however, is like, almost like master mode. And I'm going to say this because it's like, everything down there, it's just hard. Like it's hard to beat. It's hard to win against. Like for one, for two, maneuvering is good luck. You know what I'm saying? I ain't really like, I don't recall myself ever dying down there, but that's because I was down there when I was already stacked. I had everything I needed, Master Sword in hand, and that's when I really started to adventure. Then I thought about it. You wasn't supposed to be down here like this late in the, like you're not supposed to wait this late in the game to be down here. What do they expect people who just now learned about it to do when they don't have nothing? Like, literally everything. And then if you get hit, not only is the attacks way stronger, but every time you get attacked by something in the depths, they take away your ability to regen. If you got 5 hearts, you get attacked by something, they take away 3 hearts. You can't get those 3 hearts back unless you find a light root or complete a shrine or something that gives you light, you know what I'm saying, to dispel the darkness. Otherwise, yeah, you got two hearts now, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't realize that until I ran into Phantom Man, which you wasn't supposed to run into him that early, you know, or that late in the game. You're supposed to then ran into him. Actually, I don't know about that one, but that's besides the point. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the depths is master mode, pretty much. You know, it's much harder to maneuver around and get everything you need to get. It's much harder to fight the enemies and get out unscathed or anything like that. You have to watch out for gloom everywhere. Like literally, you literally have to pace yourself and really pay attention to everything. And the biggest problem is pure dark. It's pure dark unless you get light roots, have a ton of bright bloom sleeves or the big bright bloom sleeves, you know what I'm saying? Or you just good at the game, I guess, you know what I'm saying? I'm not that good, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I found the trick with it, you know, as soon as you go down in the depths and stuff like that, just glide around, you know what I'm saying? Put out the glider, look around, see if you can find any roots at all, and just glide right to it. Now, if you don't have enough stamina, it'll be a little tricky. Now, lucky for me, I had talent. I'll get to him later. I had talent and I had a lot of stamina because I had the Master Sword. So getting to those roots was pretty simple.
What I mean by that is basically in Tears of the Kingdom, you need stamina instead of hearts to get the Master Sword. So since I grabbed the Master Sword, I had 2 circles of stamina, which is all you need for the Master Sword. That's what I meant by that.
Let's talk about the temples. Now, the first temple I did was the water temple. It was amazing. Like, that was probably the best temple far as just doing straight up. Like it was just fun. Like I swear, you got this area in the sky where it's like that's the water temple and it's low gravity. Honestly, I didn't expect that. I really did. I mean, I seen the trailer, but I didn't think they was gonna do that like in a whole temple. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking like, wow, this is fun. And this is my first temple. So I'm like, every temple will have some kind of gimmick and that's gonna be awesome. I guess it's gonna be amazing. I thought Sidon. Everybody's familiar with Sidon. I mean, look at him. He's a GOAT. You feel me? Like, he's amazing. I love Sidon. He cold. I ain't gonna lie to you. I play with him in Age of Calamity every time I play. You know what I'm saying? Sidon is that guy. For sure. He's like one of the most liked characters in Breath of the Wild. Bringing him back into Tears of the Kingdom and making him like a demon, you know what I'm saying? Once it comes down to him boxing with you, because everybody that you like, every sage, which is what they will be, every sage that you go and play with, they fight with you, you know what I'm saying? Sidon, he got the spear, he be stabbing them up, you know what I'm saying? He give you the water protection, but you can also use that as like a water, like, projectile. There you go. I don't know what the hell that noise was. As a water projectile or whatnot. So it helps you out because the gimmick around the water temple is that there's muck everywhere. Like there's dirt, nasty stuff, like ink, if you will, because the boss is pretty much a freaking squid. Like, what is this? What is this? What is this? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. But that's the gimmick, pretty much. You have to get rid of the muck, and you know, you got to go around getting all the water wheels and get everything clean, pretty much, before you get to the stone. Then you fight the boss, which is this thing. Again, it was a great experience. Like I didn't expect that, you know. Now, while he was easy, the boss was pretty easy. Like, but the temple was unique, and I didn't expect, like, it really tests my way of trying to get things in order. The next temple I completed was the lightning temple. Look at me in my eyes. Look at me in my eyes. And tell me you got through that without dying once. Just like Breath of the Wild, that's the hardest temple. The hardest temple. And when I say the hardest, I don't really mean like, the gimmicks around it was a little confusing. There you go. It was mostly dark around everything and involved around lightning. You know, everything involved around lightning. The problem is those Gyvdos, which looks awesome. Like, this look great. Like, that's a great design. I did not expect them to bring those Gyvdos back. When I first seen it, I was genuinely terrified. Trying to attack it with regular weapons, not realizing that ain't gonna work. Then I realized while I'm doing the temple that lightning and fire is great against it. You know what I'm saying? And then you got these big mushroom things that look absolutely gross when they drop out the Gyvdos or whatnot, that you need to explode with lightning or bomb arrow. And it's like, what? Like, you have to do all that stuff while you're doing this temple. Then, like, you're in a desert, you're finding out how to get this in order, you know what I'm saying? Tips on that: utilize the pinpoint thing. When you pull out the pure pad and you do the little pinpoint where you got the yellow blue thing, utilize that before you go into the little sandstorm. Because once you're in it, your map is gone. You don't know where to go. You don't know what to do. You will get lost. That's while doing that, utilize that. It will help you a ton. I promise you. I couldn't do half the stuff I did without doing that at first. You know what I'm saying? And it was pretty interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you. It was kind of confusing on a lot of parts. That's what makes it like the hardest to me. The gimmick of this is to take an elevator all the way up to the secret ring, to the secret stone, because that's what they are. The sages get the secret stone before they get they become stages when they get the secret stones. You feel me? Like once you get that secret stone, they're a sage now. You know, so the whole point is to get them to get their secret stones. You go through each floor, which is it's intimidating once you first see it. It's very intimidating. I'm not even gonna lie to you, but it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple once you get to that area. You know what I'm saying? It can be a little confusing. You wonder like, hey, how am I gonna do this? You know what I'm saying? But you'll see it as you get one, the other one will come naturally. It just happens, you know. Point is, you get the all electrical currents to go to the thing. You know what I'm saying? To the floor to take you all the way up to the boss. Look. This boss is probably the hardest boss in the game that I've faced so far. I didn't have the Master Sword while fighting it, so that made it a lot harder. But listen to me, it is also the best boss in my opinion. Why? Because it really gives you a challenge and tests how good you are with the mechanics that you've learned prior to getting, you know what I'm saying, to that boss. Now the boss is Mother Gibdo. The design is once again amazing. Like it looks good. Like they really did their thing with these designs. And the whole point is to utilize the lightning that I call her Biju. I know that's not her name, but I can't remember her name right now. So we're gonna stick with Biju. This is her. I'm gonna put her name probably under her, but Biju. You utilize the lightning that she has. She got a little, we're gonna call it a sphere of lightning. That if you shoot an arrow while the enemy is in that sphere, she direct the lightning to it. You know, that's also how you cut on the generators to get the elevator to go all the way up. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, I'm pretty sure if you play the game, you understand. But you call on her lightning ability, you know, surrounded. Urbosa's is better, I'm just saying. Yeah, you shoot the arrow at whatever is in that vicinity and lightning will strike it down. That's the whole gimmick of her in that temple. And that's also the best way to beat that boss. Now, once you hit that thing twice with that lightning thing, first make it white, you know what I'm saying? And no wrong with white and no discriminate. You do it again. Now, it's harder once you hit him once. Once you hit that thing once, I said him, hit her. It's a Mother Gibdo, all right? Respect the pronouns. Once you hit her, yeah, twice with that arrow and stuff like that, then you go beat her up with any weapon of your choice. Gibdos drop these things, Gibdo ribs or whatnot, and it does, like, it adds a ton of damage, like 41 extra points to your damage with any weapon. Problem is, it's a one tap. So while it added a tremendous amount of damage to that one weapon, once you hit it once, it's not fused no more. So you gotta fuse another one in it. And that's something that I utilized, not realizing that I could just use other stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew I could, but I'm like, let me try to, you know what I'm saying, just work it out, you know. And I did it, died at least 10, 15 times throughout that boss. I don't know why. It was just extremely hard because halfway through, that's when she pulled up the mushrooms I was talking about and start dropping Gibdos. The difference between these Gibdos that she dropped and the ones that you face outside of the temple, these Gibdos are fast. They run up on you and lunge at you. It is terrifying on your first playthrough. It's like, what the, like you don't know what to do. At some point, you realize Biju's ability is so slow. Like, it is slow recovering. So getting rid of those mushrooms, which is ideal, is like borderline impossible considering how fast them things be running at you, how slow her thing is. And you got Mother Gibdo in the background lasering you, like she's lasering you, folk. It's like you either getting hit by these things or by that laser. I died so many times to that laser because I'm so focused on these things. But then when I'm focused on the laser, here come a Gibdo. What you doing, bro? Like damn. I got passionate there. Let me calm down. But like, slow down a little bit. You feel me? Like, it was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I realized you could also use bomb arrows to blow those things up. Lucky me, I had 5. It's 4 of them you had to blow up. So I used Biju's lightning for one, bomb arrows for the rest, and also bomb arrows are really good against the Gibdos because it's fire as well. anything that explodes, whether it's lightning or a bomb, you know what I'm saying? It's really good against the Gyarados. That includes Mother Gyarados. But I didn't really use explosives against her because I didn't realize that they worked against them until I died like 10 times already, and then I realized I could use it against the mushrooms because all it really takes is just a huge explosion. Eventually, I ended up winning. When she get hit once, the Mother Gyarados start to rise up these little tornadoes that you either run from or just outmaneuver, period. You know, like, you just gotta outmaneuver them. You can't do nothing about it. But I'm saying that because they serve as a shield. You try to throw an arrow through nothing happens. And also, let's say you got Bijuu's power active. If she get hit by those arrows, it deactivates. Now, it don't, like you could activate it again immediately, but that's also something you gotta worry about. But I shot an arrow with a bomb on it through them, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What you call it? Thread the needle? I shot it right through 2 of them. I'm thinking it ain't gonna work. I'm like, oh snap, it ain't gonna work. You know, yeah, let me try it out though. And boom, hit her. And that's how I killed her. I'm looking like, I'm goated. I'm cold. I'm not goated. I died too many times. That's the lightning temple. You get the stone, you talk to the sage of ages past, you know what I'm saying, with the water temple. And the third one I did was the wind temple. The wind temple was extremely confusing. Wasn't hard, just confusing. A lot of the stuff that you had to do was like, oh my God, I would have never thought of that. Never thought of that. And it's like, it really tests your creative mindset. Really show you how much you could really do with not only the mechanics, but with the stuff that you deal with. Everything has a top, middle, and a bottom layer. They're pretty much trying to get you to understand that completely. You cannot go through that without confusing yourself at least once or twice. But you go around, you do all the generators. Every temple is pretty much the same. You pretty much just get generators to either get generators to start something or to unlock something. That's pretty much it. You have at least 4 on every temple, you know. But the wind temple was the most confusing. Wasn't hard. And the boss, wow, the concept of the boss was amazing. The visuals of the boss was amazing. Everything about the boss was so top tier. I love that boss with a passion until I realized how easy that boss was. I'm talking, you literally only hit the boss 6 times. 6. Is it necessarily gonna be just a free, I'm finna hit you 6 times and you dead? Not particularly, but you can literally dive through the boss and it'll be a hit. That boss was so easy, it hurt. Like, I died once because I didn't understand the gimmick. I didn't know what was going on. All I knew was it was ice, so I used fire. Not realizing I could dive through that stuff, and that most of the stuff that it throws at you was so easy to dodge. It's crazy. Everything about the boss was amazing, but it was easy, way too easy. And that's the wind temple pretty much. I mean, it's just the ice dragon, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say too much. Now the wind sage is Tillin. Water sage, Sidon. Lightning sage is Bijuu. I'm gonna have all of them right here. Now we on to the fire temple, you feel me? This fire temple wasn't as confusing as the wind temple, but it was still really confusing. Like, most of the puzzles on there involved you in a cart, you know what I'm saying? Controlled by a fan. Amazing concept. Having rails and stuff like that to really, you know, sell it. It was pretty good. Then the fights you do outside of the temple before you go in, I ain't even gonna spoil that for y'all. That was fun. I enjoyed that. I didn't realize what I can and can't do with the construct I build and with the ability that Yunobo, because he's the fire sage, just saying, Yunobo that he could do, you know what I'm saying? I didn't realize what you can and can't do until I played that boss, and I'm like, what? It was fun. That's all I'm saying. Like every other temple, you go around, you unlock everything, you get everything unlocked. Well, not get everything unlocked. You pretty much use his ability to release these latches so you could unlock the door. And I remember what the boss was. It was a Goma. A Goma that was extremely annoying. Like every boss in this game was pretty much like either a breeze or just hard. There's no in between, I promise you. But this Goma, it was fun to fight. It was really fun to fight. It was unique, you know what I'm saying? While the atmosphere was perfect. I didn't realize they was gonna put a Goma in this one. And not even any Goma. The type of Goma it was like What? Like, what? That's crazy. That's crazy. Now it's gonna murk me about a good 10 times because, like the Gildo boss, I didn't understand a lot of the stuff I needed to do and how to do it. Eventually, I ended up winning on luck. I wasn't all that good at that boss, but I ended up beating it, you know what I'm saying? It was fun. It was fun for the most part. Then you get the rock, you talk to the sage, and woo woo, da da da. Now, the last temple that you need, that you know what I'm saying, you need to worry about is the light temple, you know what I'm saying? Here's the difference between the light temple and every other temple. You don't do nothing in the light temple. You just fight a boss. The quest is what you do before the light temple. Getting to the light temple is the quest. I'm not gonna go into specifics and tell you exactly how to do it. Long story short, go through some ancient relics or whatnot that's in Kakariko Village because I didn't know nothing about it. Listen to me. I literally had to search up where to go. I didn't know where to go at all. The moment Pura said that you need to go search for ancient relics and what I like, the last thing that came into my mind was Kakariko Village. I didn't think you had to go and look at that. You know what I'm saying? They got these ring things that you need to check out. Not gonna tell you what you gotta do, but that's it. That's how you get to the Sky Islands to, you know what I'm saying, get to the head of the thing that you need to build. And it'll show you exactly where to go. You know what I'm saying? They'll tell you everything you need to do from there. And then you go, you get it handled, and booming power. Then you get to the actual robot. You put the head in, and that's when the spirit sage, I tell you, you got to collect 4 of her body parts. You get 4 because she's a spirit now, so she got to reside in something else instead of an actual human body. You collect those 4 body parts, you connect them, put them all into the thing, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, pretty much, and then make your way to the temple. Now, once you get to the temple, you got to fight. There is no, like, I thought I had to do a little trail or something like every other temple, but no, you don't. You just box, you know what I'm saying? And what do you fight? The thing you're riding, you know what I'm saying? It's just controlled by Ganon. You fight the thing that you're in. The difference is Ganondorf controls it. And it's like really sturdy. So now it's a cage match between yours and his. The gimmick is not really nothing too crazy. You just knock it against the cage until it's dead pretty much. You know what I'm saying? Utilize the weapon that it uses against you because it drops it whenever it gets knocked to the cage. And yeah, utilize it. Word of advice, be sure to have one with a rock or something, like with a little crusher or something, or nothing, just your hand, and a cannon and a fan in your back. You know what I'm saying? Because you can fuse weapons into the into the construct that the spirit of the spirit sage, I guess, is gonna be in. You can fuse anything on your back, in both your arms, you know what I'm saying? A fan helps you maneuver, it helps you run around, you know what I'm saying? You can fuse a rocket that shoots you straight up, but it's really not that good. You only utilize that like once, really, for real, if I'm being honest. But the fan is so helpful, you know what I'm saying? Like, you be dashing, you know what I'm saying? You keep one of those on you because the boss will end up pulling out a fan and dropping one. Keep a cannon in one of your arms and a rock on the other one. Because when that thing start to fly up and use the electric or the cannons on his arm, it's annoying as heck. Like, you gotta shoot him down, you feel me? You gotta get him out the air, you feel me? When he got the lightning, he dived to you anyway, so you don't really gotta worry about that. But he really used the cannon, at least against me. It was a pretty unique, interesting battle, very slow paced. I didn't really like it, but it worked. It definitely worked for the theme, for the everything. It was amazing. You're pretty much fighting the spirit of Ganondorf with the spirit of the spirit sage. I said spirit like 4 times in that sentence. I think it was 3. But that's the spirit sage. Now, once you get that done, you go back and talk to Pura, and that's when she tell you to destroy Ganon. And that's the part I'm on. I know nothing about anything past what I just told you guys. I don't know about the destroying Ganon. I don't know what the final boss should look like. Not yet, at least. But I wanted to talk about it before I beat it because it took me a while to get to this point, you know. As soon as the game dropped, I put all my time into it. Like, I've been really playing it. Like, it was crazy, you know, to where I found myself playing it days in a row, and I'm looking like, man, I gotta play something else. So then I jump on Smash Bros. But one thing I didn't talk about yet, Dragon Tears. Now, I'm not finna explain the whole story because that's like a video in itself, you know. And if you're looking for somebody to explain the story, go ahead and check out somebody like Zeltic or Nintendo Black Crisis, people that actually like dedicate their times to talking about Zelda, period. But here's the basis. Zelda was sent back in time. all the way back to Hyrule's founding, where there she met the Zonai king and his sister, plus the queen of the newly found Hyrule. Rauru, Mineru is his sister, and Sonia, I think, is the queen of Hyrule. He's Rauru's wife. So everybody's confused. They don't know why Zelda came back. They're trying to figure out why Zelda came back. But Zelda got to explain to them what happened in the future, the far future, what happened between her and Link and everything. So thus, everybody began preparing for what is going to be known as the Demon King. Ganondorf appeared, and he seemed like he wasn't going to do nothing crazy, you know what I'm saying? He seemed like nothing. Everybody could sense the evil within him, but nobody was worried about it. Faru and them, they eventually gathered up warriors and made them sages by giving them these secret stones of the Zonai that amplified every aspect of your power. Like literally, it doesn't give you unlimited power, it just amplifies what you already have. There's a water, fire, lightning, and wind, and spirit, which was like in the back, like it was a time sage as well, but that's Zelda, you know, and Zelda's not here, like she's not there, so can't do nothing about that one, but I digress. Those are the sages that Rauru deemed strong enough to help him fight against Ganon, because Ganon killed his wife. He killed Sonya, knocked her off, you feel me? I ain't trying to sound like that, but gone. He tricked her. He tricked her and Zelda. At least he created a clone of Zelda out of malice to try to trick them into thinking, try to trick Sonya into thinking that's the real Zelda. But her and Zelda already knew, like, that ain't me, babe. You know what I'm saying? Like you tripping, cuz. Like, scoot with that bull. You know what I'm saying? You can't fool two sages of time. You feel me? Like, we some real niggas out here. You feel me? So he did that. Woo to woo. They didn't fall for it, but they did fall for his next trick. Because he ended up, you know what I'm saying, right in the back of Sonya, you feel me? And it's like, dang, that's that, like, you bought in, cuz, like, you gonna do her like that, fool? Like, all that to get a secret strong, you could just ask King Rauru for something, you know what I'm saying? You could have played your parts right, but Ganondorf, he deviated with it, you know what I'm saying? He bought in, you feel me? Like, it's just how he is, it's just in his nature. But I digress. He murked her, collect the stone, slap that bitch right in his forehead. I'm pretty sure it hurt it, you know what I'm saying? But he thus became the Demon King. And now, he became so powerful that Rauru and all of the sages, including Zelda, could do nothing to defeat him. He couldn't do nothing. So Rauru eventually gave his life to seal him away for however long it takes until Link, because Zelda told her about Link and how the future is going to happen and stuff like that. Yeah, he sealed them away until Link, it's Link's turn, you feel me? Because they all admitted that the Master Sword is the only thing that could beat him, the only thing that could murk him, you feel me? And now, the sages in Mineru, they all survived, but eventually died because of the gloom. They call it gloom now instead of malice. I called it malice at first, but it's gloom. The gloom that was accumulated in their bodies. But before then, Zelda talked to Mineru, because she got the Master Sword from the present because it broke. Like when Zelda and Link first found Ganondorf, he shattered the Master Sword. But the Master Sword itself heals. You know what I'm saying? So Zelda and them all knew that. And they knew the only way it could heal is if it bathed in sacred light for however long it needs to bathe. But that's besides the point. She talked to Mineru, and Mineru realized that Zelda is going to do the one thing that they forbade her to do, which was become an immortal dragon by swallowing the dragon's tear. She talked to Mineru because she realized the reason why she came to the past was for that exact reason, to become an immortal dragon and heal Link's sword so she could deliver it to him 10,000 years in the future. You know, that was Zelda's plan, which is really like, that's crazy. She gave her life to give Link his sword powered up to defeat somebody. Ooh, I'm sorry, I keep having to burp, y'all. Who was immensely powerful, that not even the king of Hyrule at the time, plus many sages with the power of, what, I'm gonna say 5, 6, 7, maybe, stones, secret stones, couldn't even beat one, you know? And so it's like, wow, like that really happened. And now we're gonna talk about how you get the Master Sword, because everything is explained through the dragon tears. And once you collect it, you see this white dragon and you realize, holy smokes, that white dragon is Zelda, like for real, with the Master Sword lodged right in her head. And in order to get it, you have to go through the Deku Tree, save the Deku Tree from the mountains. He'll tell you exactly where she is, and she'll always be on the map. Like, you'll never miss her. You know what I'm saying? You'll always know where she will be flying next, how she will be there. You can get to her easily. But instead of hearts, this is why they forced you to get a heart in the beginning. They didn't want you to have the choice to get a stamina to make you think you need hearts like you did in Breath of the Wild. Breath of the Wild, you needed 13 hearts. Here, you don't need those hearts for the Master Sword. Now you do need the hearts for opening a door once you go into the Light Temple or the Spirit Temple situation. You will need hearts. I don't remember how much. I think it's 10. Maybe it might be more, it might be less actually, but you do need hearts for that. So don't not get hearts, but you only need 2 circles of stamina. You know what I'm saying? The original one and the one behind it. You know what I'm saying? That's all you need to get the Master Sword, because you will need that. So that's how you get it. And the Master Sword comes back stronger than ever. You know, it's just a real, you know what I'm saying? It's a real dog. You feel me? I got it. I'm like, what? Let me go crazy. You know what I'm saying? Let's go crazy. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, that's pretty much all I really know about Tears of the Kingdom. Now, to answer your question, is it a good game or is it a replica of Breath of the Wild? It's an amazing game. Playing through this game, I forgot what Breath of the Wild was. Like, Breath of the Wild is really good. Like, don't get me wrong, top tier. Everything in Tears of the Kingdom is literally the basis of Breath of the Wild. But think about it like this. Breath of the Wild is a straight tree going up with a few branches branching off every here and there. While Tears of the Kingdom is not a straight tree. Same roots as Breath of the Wild, for sure. But it got a little curve to it, like them little weird Acadian trees in Minecraft. It got a curve to it. Everything is just curved out. Everything is twisted out. You will not expect nothing. It's the real definition of never let them know your next move. I promise you. And that's what make the game like stand out. Now, the maker of Zelda, or at least the people that was doing the trailers and stuff like that, notated at it being darker than Majora's Mask, or at least on the same level. Is it on the same level? I don't know. I really don't know, because Majora's Mask was pretty dark. Like, it was pretty dark. While this one, the darkest moment is knowing that the person that you need to save is already gone. Like, y'all trying to save Zelda when she's already an immortal dragon. You cannot get her back. While yes, it was a long time ago where they sealed away Ganon and stuff like that, but it's like nobody really died. Raul gave his life to seal Ganon away, but he's still a spirit and even talked to Link in the beginning of the game. Gave Link his hand and everything. So, you know, like, it's like, dang, while Zelda giving her life to give Link the sword because they know they had no other chance and they only have to rely on Link's sheer wit, mind, and strength and courage. That's sad. That is definitely sad. But Majora's Mask level sad? I don't know. I don't see it, you know? Majora's Mask stem off of you literally going around. I guess it's the same basis, you know what I'm saying? You going around. It's kind of the same basis as actually Breath of the Wild. You pretty much go and save the spirits of pretty much like 4 people that's been dead or died in front of you, because the fish guy did die in front of Link, like literally. And what did he do? He took his face off. What? You're supposed to be the hero here, cuz. Yeah, and now let's gripes. The only few gripes I really have about Tears of the Kingdom, first off, it really is tremendously hard. Like, it's tremendously hard. Or it is, I'm saying tremendously, like, it's really not that hard. But I died one too many times off of the dumbest stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I genuinely did. And I really can't tell you why. It was just simple. Even when I had like 10 hearts, I get smacked twice and it's like dead. like dead. I get it. Enemies progress like in Breath of the Wild and stuff like that, but it was still like really irritating sometimes. You know what I'm saying? It's really time consuming. Like, a lot of the stuff that you go through, like, you be confused. You don't know what's going on. Like, yeah, some of the stuff is straightforward. But a lot of the times, much more than in Breath of the Wild, I found myself really trying to backtrack to see if I missed something. Only for me not to miss something. They just literally expect you to note it down and every little thing. Like, for example, like I said with the sages, the Spirit and Light Temple and stuff like that. I did not know I had to go to Kakariko Village. I noted those, you know what I'm saying, those circles, those rings and stuff like that that's all around and stuff. I even talked to a few people in Kakariko Village about it. And I'm just like, bro, how would have known to come here? Everything down below in the depths are ancient relics. So when Pura told me to go check out ancient relics and stuff like that, my first thought, go down below. If not down below, go up above. Because it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? She ventured down there. I don't know if they ever ventured up above, but she ventured down there. Not her, but Robbie and them. So of course she could be talking about that. So I'm down there looking at stuff like that, and I just couldn't find nothing. Took me a good 30 minutes to 45 minutes before I finally caved in and was like, let me just search it up. Now, I didn't search up how to do the mission. I literally just searched up where to go. And the first thing that popped up, in Kakariko Village, I'm like, what? How would I know? There's no hints. And that's pretty much the third gripe right here. There's no hints at certain stuff that's crucial. Like, they don't tell you at all how to get the Master Sword. They don't. At all. Only thing you know, if you did the Dragon Tears and or tried to go through the forest, is that you cannot go to the Deku Tree in normal means. You cannot. Simply put, the Master Sword is in Zelda's head, in the White Dragon's head. How do you get there? Oh, well, you can just get to it and stuff like that. It was pretty easy. You don't get hurt when you touch her or anything like that. But how do you know where she's gonna be? How do you know that you have to go down that chasm that's right next to it? This is me foreboding my stupidity sometimes. How do you know to go through that chasm and find your way all the way to directly under the area where the Deku Tree is? You don't. Nobody tells you that. I had to find that out by just literally exploring and stuff like that. Half the stuff I found out is just me exploring. There was no hints. There was no nothing. And most of that stuff was like really crucial to you really playing the game and having fun the way the game's supposed to be played. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, dog, that's crazy. And now that I know my second run through will be easy. Because all I know is all I'm gonna need is 20 shrines compared to Breath of the Wild is like what, 30 something to get the Master Sword, because you only need 5 stamina vessels extra. That's it. Then you got the Master Sword, and that's easy, I guess. You know what I'm saying? And that's pretty much it as far as my gripes and stuff like that. Tears of the Kingdom is a great game. It's close, very close to being a Breath of the Wild clone, but every time I play it, it's like, it's a different game. It's a different experience. You can't go wrong with it. I promise you can't. And I absolutely love it for what it is. I know this is a long rant. I know it's a long talk. This is not like my normal let's talk about it. Normally they be like 20, 30 minutes. But I don't know how long this is going to be. Appreciate you for watching, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, comment your favorite part. And tell me, like, what's your gripes about the game? What do you think about the game? Like, do you think that this is the last Zelda? Because he do eventually destroy Ganondorf, and it's like, I don't know if it's gonna keep going or not. They might end up doing a little game about what really happened, you know what I'm saying, during the King Raru's time. It might be a little something. Please tell me your thoughts in the comments. And tell me what to talk about next. Like I said before, I'm not creative at all. Like, half this stuff just be coming in my head, and then it just stay there because I don't know how to go about it, Like, I'm not creative at all. But I'm trying to get things, you know what I'm saying, in order. I got some stuff coming to y'all. You feel me? I ain't gonna explain why I ain't been posting in a long time. Long story short, though, videos just keep going south. That's all I'm gonna say. Your boy out, because I'm broke. That don't even matter. I do this for fun anyway. But Vito, out.